Yeah.
Hey, we back.
What's the deal?
Man, how you feeling, my brother?
I'm good, man. How you?
Y'all was on tour?
Yeah, man. One hell of a night tour.
I ain't mad at it.
One hell of a night tour, man. It was definitely a good run. We was in Miami. We was in Atlanta. Got some good content out of that people will be seeing real soon. And then we went to Miami. Shout out to AJ, Cardi B, the whole team. You know, she did her thing. And then we came back, New York.
Back to it, man. You gotta have some balance. Do you believe in a balanced life? Is that possible? When people are like, yo, you have to strive for balance.
Nah, ain't no such thing as balance.
It's a myth. That and delegation at scale tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Nah, you gotta hustle.
For sure.
You gotta hustle.
Yep.
In this world, for sure. How you feeling?
Amazing. Happy to be here. Monday show was great. This show it's a lot to talk about. It is a lot to talk about. So yeah, I'm in a good space.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to it. We got the brother Yaki, Dr. Yaki coming on later. A lot of health questions that I got. I'm sure you have as well.
So yep.
That's going to be really, really, really educational, insightful. And do remember, tomorrow we have a very important episode. Julian Brown, brother whose mission is to turn plastic into fuel for cars at scale. 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's one of them ones, man.
One of the most important conversations probably in the history of the platform.
We talk about STEM.
Oh, really? Okay.
The future of, no, I'm just saying we talk about STEM all the time as far as like, you know, that is STEM. Like that's STEM. When you talk about science, technology, engineering, mathematics, all of those words is what he's actually living in real life, in real time. So, you know, we definitely need more Black people to be in science outside of what he's doing, because what he's doing is amazing. Yeah. But we need more Black people to be in science. We need more Black people to be in technology. We need more Black people to be in engineering, and we need more Black people to be masters of mathematics. He's actually all four.
He our Tony Stark. He is our Tony Stark. Like, and to be able to pull off what he's doing when he achieves scale, I can't wait personally for the interview for sure.
Well, appreciate it. So yeah, check that out tomorrow at 12 o'clock, and we got Choice Options class tomorrow also at 7 o'clock. So check that out. There's a lot of options that's been going crazy.
Like Micron? I heard it went up. You know, I checked the market. You know, so got my little options calculator. I was like, ooh, got you. Did it on you, Gecko.
Oh man. All right, but yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Ian, any announcements before we start?
Yeah, I got to do my birthday shout out. Shout out to Stephanie, happy belated birthday. Aaron, Sion, my cousin Jaleesa, love you dearly. Stock Club call will be April 26th at 9 p.m. Central. Cooking up, check Kajabi tonight for prices for Stock Club. I will see you guys at the NVIDIA tour, and then Pullman Yards on the 22nd in Atlanta with Dr. John Hope Bryant. Kudos to the Black Effect team, Charlamagne Dolly, everyone. Love y'all dearly. Let's make some coin and let's have an amazing show.
Shout out to Charlamagne and the whole Black Effect Network. Sure, make sure you get your tickets to that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, last thing. InvestFest. April 20th is the deadline for the pitch competition. It has been extended. The singles room is in effect. Kendra G will be hosting that for all singles. If you have an InvestFest ticket, it's free for you. You just go into the website and click the tab. First 300 people, first come, first serve. And there will be a black tie VIP night. And we got a lot more announcements that we'll be making soon. But get your tickets at investfest.com.
Yeah.
I would like to start off with this Gucci Man situation, just to get it out the way early.
And it's rap related, so
definitely. He made a song, and it had people puzzled. Where he made a diss record, kind of outlined the alleged robbery that took place, and talking about how he had to sign a contract under duress, and how he thought it was a business meeting, but it was really a setup. It kind of just laid it out. It's like a police statement that you would give to a police. So is he snitching? Is Gucci Man snitching? Does it even matter if he's snitching? I heard Charlamagne say something like, "Look, we talking more about if Gucci Man is snitching and not." Why did Pooh Shiesty allegedly commit a federal crime with his father while being on house arrest? Like, That should be the real conversation.
We have the conversation.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people have had the conversation. And I know there was some pushback around, him being owed 25 to 28. I talked to some people in the music industry and they're like, he easily could have owed him 20. That music industry is a dirty game. Now, was it wrong that he did it? Absolutely. But did Gucci tell? It's obvious. And thank God to my family and everyone who sacrificed for me so I didn't have to go that route. So I'm not in street business. But what's the confusion? Now, last week, I thought he didn't make a statement. Now they're saying he did. Now, I was in Atlanta in 05, 06, 07, the BMF era when there was real friction. And I remember that time when there was no telling regardless of what happened. Shout out to everybody in MacTown, prayers and blessings and thoughts to the family with that situation that happened. So to go from that to evolve and say, I'm going to give a statement and detail it in a song is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Shout out to Waka. My first thought was Waka was giving this up, though, 10 years ago about how he was moving business-wise. Shout out to OJ the Juice Man. It's a few of them, and I'm out of Atlanta business. I don't want no issues. But if you've heard the details of how business is done there, it's a little bit tricky. So, but do you think he told? And the song was terrible on top of that.
The song is definitely one of the worst rap diss songs I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Look, he ratted. Now to the people that's like, he's a citizen, he's
changed.
Like, here's my thing. Right. And I'm with D1 on this. This is something that D1 said that actually made a lot of sense when he's talking to Big Bank. If you promoted a certain lifestyle for 20 years, you can be redeemed. Anybody's able to redeem themselves and to change at any given time. But you can't say things publicly and redeem privately. Now, Gucci has been doing a good job. I want to really commend him on his mental health journey. And I feel like he has, but he's still rapping the same thing that he rapped about before. So, if you're saying, okay, I built a career telling people to crash out, we glorifying robbery, we glorifying, and he was, let's not even play this game.
Let's not play. Yeah.
If that's what you built your career on, right? And you're saying, well, these rules don't apply to me anymore because I'm no longer that person. Well, it would be helpful because you harmed a lot of people by having that message. It would be helpful to have a public. You got to publicly say that. You got to publicly say, I disavow everything that I once stood for. I no longer stand for any street code. That was a misguided message when I was younger. I no longer I think that people should live by that. You don't get the right to just rap about glorifying street activity for 20 years and then hop, skip, and jump out of it when it's convenient for you 20 years later because you're a changed person, because it's bigger than yourself. You've impacted a lot of people and you've put a message out there that a lot of people gravitated to and a lot of people believed it. So I don't just buy he's a changed man now. He doesn't have to live by that anymore. No, you lived by that, or we thought you lived by that.
No, we're not going to do that because he lived by it.
That's the message that you put in your music and you portrayed it. And you glorified it. So to just do something that's totally against that without public explanation of why you've done that, if you had a public explanation of why you've done that, then it would be acceptable. You have no public explanation why you did that. No, I don't. I think it's weird. I think it's definitely weird, unadvisable, and I don't respect it. I don't respect it at all. And to the critique of like, well, Pooh Shiesty mixed street business with corporate business because he made him sign a contract. If he would have just robbed him, then that would have been okay. But he robbed. What are we talking about here? There's no mixing. A robbery is a robbery. If you rob me of $1 million in jewelry, right? Or if you make me sign a contract, either way, I'm getting robbed.
It's still robbery both ways.
It's still robbery. So it's like, so I'm not going to snitch on you if you take my jewelry, but I am going to snitch on you if you make me sign a contract. That makes no sense. Either just be consistent. Just I'm gonna tell the cops. Because I don't even look at it as snitching. I feel like it.
What?
I'm saying it's just a regular civilian. If you're a regular civilian and somebody robs you, right?
Oh, okay.
He filed the police report. But what I'm saying is that he never portrayed himself as a regular civilian. That's the part that's my only thing in this. That's my only thing in this. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't say, okay, I want to live by regular civilian rules and regular civilian laws, but you've never glorified or talked about yourself as a regular civilian ever. So if you talked about yourself as an outlaw and you lived the life as an outlaw, well, abide by outlaw laws.
And I would say, yeah.
Or my last point on this, or just be a regular civilian and live by regular civilian laws.
Two thoughts. A lot of y'all making content around the scenario don't think that Roderick still isn't who he is, though. Because a lot of the snitches still out here bagging shit and running right back to protection while they bagging shit.
That's the most dangerous person.
Be very careful, because everybody want the content and clip shit up, until they put the clip in. Be mindful. He still ain't nothing to play with. My second thought is, are we being selective on this outrage? There's some other people who don't get the same outrage. Don't ask me who. So, and the other part is, I said it last week. If you're going to play street tactics and I'm not going to let you out of your contract, you have to be careful of the energy that you put out there, because when you disrespect somebody, you don't know what the response is going to be. You can argue he damn near back Shiesty into doing that. There was no conversation or way to be able to get out of that contract. Now, is it right? No. And for those of you who keep saying, oh, this is only happening, Sam Altman house just got firebombed and shot at last week. This isn't just a rap issue. I know it gets detailed that way. Even in corporate, the mixing street, and I would argue that most of these labels are engaging in racketeering and financing some of this, but they never make it to court for that. If I was to give somebody in the streets a $6 million advance to then go recruit people of the same life and I make money off of the music, I probably would end up in jail. That doesn't happen in Universal. Shout out to everybody at the UMG building. So we got to be mindful.
That brings up another point too. What responsibility does he have as far as his karma? Because Gucci, man, I think he's like 50 years old, probably close to 50, right? Gucci's not 50?
Maybe. Let me look.
He gotta be close.
44. Let me see.
No.
Let me see.
I mean, that's not a shot. I'm not disrespecting him. He got to be.
Oh, he's 46. He's 46.
He's 46 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's 46. It's not that far away from 50. You don't see Nas having these problems because Nas is not hanging with a bunch of YNs, and he's not putting platforms to people that's Jay-Z's not. I mean, look, you put a platform and you give a green light to somebody who says, get it back in blood. That's the message that you stamped. So you, as an older statesman and somebody that has a level of influence and a level of power, is sometimes in life you gotta guard the energy that's around you. You don't see these guys having problems like this. Dr. Dre, Nas, Jay-Z, they're not having these type of problems because they're not around that type of energy. They were around that type of energy.
They were.
And they had problems like that when they were not they didn't get robbed, but I'm just saying they had people make diss records about them, and they had but you get a point in your life where I don't want to deal with that. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's a valuable lesson as well. I get that. Okay. I want to give the brother a chance. I want to help a brother out. There's a lot of brothers that can get chances and get helped out. That's not talking about get it back in blood. And he really meant it. Get it back in blood. Like, that's really what
and so did Gucci when he was saying that. Gucci was the one who was saying that initially.
Boy, he didn't get it back in blood. He got it back in paperwork. So he didn't mean it, apparently.
And also too, for some of the elder statesmen, if we're going to be honest, they elevated that circle that they have around them, but they're still Sicarios around. They just elevated.
And that's a mistake.
Yeah.
You don't need to have, that's a mistake. Even like, you don't need to, 50 Cent changed a lot of, like, you don't, it's
elevated security detail.
You don't need to have that type of element around you because it's going to be detrimental to you. Mm. And everybody that elevated realized that. At some point in time, Suge Knight did not realize that. And you see where he's at.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Dr. Dre realized that. Okay, I don't need to be around Nas, Jay-Z, Busta Rhymes, Snoop Dogg. They all, at a certain point in life, realize it's not beneficial for me to be, and rest in peace. It's ironic that I'm wearing this t-shirt. Nip, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that was probably the fatal flaw of not escaping that element sooner. Everybody don't mean you. Everybody doesn't have good intentions for you.
For sure. Most don't.
But let's talk about Ashley, if we can. Ashley
Janae, rest in peace.
Ashley Janae, rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very strange situation. Apparently, she was. Everybody already know the story, but if you haven't heard the story, interracial couple. She's with an older white man. She's a black woman influencer. Very vocal about her relationship. She went to Tanzania with her fiance. Well, he engaged her. He proposed to her in Tanzania for her birthday. And then all of a sudden, they said that she hanged herself. Now reports is coming out that they actually had a big blowout argument fight. They actually had to be separated in separate rooms. The whole idea of hanging yourself on your birthday in Tanzania, the day after you got engaged to.
Impossible. But let's just call it impossible. Nobody black is hanging themselves on the day after their birthday in Africa.
In Africa.
Stop.
At the day after they got engaged.
No, stop. So, to the police in Zanzibar, if this reaches your airwaves, I hope you guys do the right thing. It's conflicting reports on if he's detained or not, but be careful. And I keep saying, in those domestic situations, it's tough, man. And you have to assume, allegedly, that he's guilty because he hasn't reached out to the family. If something happened to your significant other,
they said that they did. The parents said that he did call, but it was 11 hours after she died, and he was very vague in the conversation.
That's suspicious.
No, 100%.
That's absolutely suspicious. So, rest in peace to her and to all that are going through domestic violence issues. I hope you find ways to escape, because a lot of that is going on. It's not talked about a lot either, but a lot of people are going through that.
Yeah, it is. It's an unfortunate situation, and I hope that he doesn't make it out, because if he makes it out, then
it's over with.
If he gets out of Tanzania, they're not going to prosecute it in America. They're not going to go to East Africa to try to get evidence on what happened. Like he's going to walk free. So
this is a case where it's justifiable to get it back in blood, though.
Yeah. Okay. Are there any other learning lessons from this?
None that are poignant enough to discuss today. What about you?
I want to be sensitive.
Rashad. Go ahead.
No. I definitely want to be sensitive. So I'll refrain from any comments.
Thank you.
But watch signs early of love bombing. We don't just say these things. Blackout is actually a very useful and
informative show. Yep.
We don't just say these things for no reason. Like, watch out for signs that somebody's over control of early. Watch out for signs that they're love bombing too much. It don't make sense. Watch out for signs that somebody is, going too far. Like, a lot of times we mistake these things as like one-off events or a sign of love or, they jealous. So
slow build.
I need somebody to be jealous because that means that you love me. There's a lot of crazy people, but there's a lot of crazy men out here. So ladies, be safe.
Be careful. Okay. If you were to propose to someone, wouldn't you have some of your family or friends there, or her family and friends?
Well, I get the proposal out of the country thing because that does happen a lot, right?
Yeah.
And, so I get it. I understand it, but there's no way in hell somebody's going to kill himself. And if you're going to kill yourself, you're not going to Africa to kill yourself.
No, you did at home.
You're definitely not going to do it on your birthday, after you got engaged, after you just posted on Instagram, oh my God, my life is complete now. So, but also watch where y'all core relationship goes. That's my last thing.
Thank you.
Like,
that's a great point.
That's another lesson too, because there's a lot of women in the comments like, oh man, I made this love find me. Y'all saying, y'all glorifying things that you have no idea about behind the scenes.
Material only. Yep.
And this happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
and you ruining your relationship because you're looking at it like, damn, I ain't going on vacation in 3 years, or I got to fly coach when I go and we can't even. So you actually potentially ruining your relationship, looking at what somebody else got online, not knowing that what they got online could be the worst shit in the world. Like, love yours. What J. Cole say? Love yours. Appreciate your life. Stop judging your success, your happiness off of somebody else. Because 9 times out of 10, what you're seeing online, this shit is not even real. Yeah. Whether it's money, relationships, whatever. Stop doing that. Stop gauging success.
Your life by somebody else's life.
Please.
Because most of those couples that y'all are admiring, they fucking hate each other. We know some of them. I ain't gonna blow y'all a brand deal, but a lot of them do not like you. They together for the money or the brand partnership, or they got 2 more years on this deal. That should be misery at home. I don't want water roses. So, but be mindful who you're comparing yourself to. And y'all gonna receive in this recession too. A lot of the people who are posting the money and all that. I keep saying, all the smartest entrepreneurs on earth are working harder than ever. Even if you're great at entrepreneurship, it's not the easiest era. We just had a company that sold shoes announce that they're switching to an AI model. The stock took off. Their stock is going to fall back down probably in 4 or 5 months. People are trying to find ways to stay alive. Everyone doesn't have it as easy as you think. I promise you. Usher and Brown are going on tour together.
That should tell you something.
That should tell you something. And it's long overdue for them to collab, but they picked the right time. 25 dates. I'm going to go. Hove on tour. Ye on tour. J. Cole on tour and playing basketball in China. It should tell you something.
It should.
Yep.
All right, let's get into this. Let's talk about real estate. Let's get into this clip of a man that found a lot of things wrong with his home as far as a new build, new construction. Let's show this clip, please.
I want y'all to look at this video with me.
This is why you gotta come. When you getting your house built,
You gotta expect it.
you gotta come every single day to watch these folks build your home. This a low bearing wall. Look at the gap. Look how your nails in here.
Look at this one right here. Look at this. Look, it's not even stable.
Look at your gaps. That's why you gotta come.
It's not even stable.
Look at this nail. This why you gotta come. When these folks build your house, look at the nails. You ain't gonna never see this because this gonna be behind the wall. Look at your gaps.
And this is so crazy because I've said this before in the video. I said, because I seen a guy that actually drove through properties and he was saying that they're putting these houses up within 3 to 4 days and charging $500,000-$600,000 for them. But how are they putting these homes up so fast? And then you got this guy that's actually looking at the structure of your house. You know what them gaps and stuff could do? First of all, water all over the place is eventually going to get into that home. Maybe not when it's first built, but eventually it will get in. Then on top of that, you got gaps and screws just hanging out the sides of the 2x4s and all that. You ever seen somebody's ceiling or the side of somebody's wall and it starts cracking up a little bit? Yeah, that's why that happens, because it actually wasn't structured properly. This is insane, man. It's like, what does he do at this point? Like, you done paid all that money to get your home built, your home, and you got to come through and see this. I'm glad he's seen it now, but it's like, what do you do at this point? Do you tell him to tear it down and redo it? It's crazy. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. What would y'all have done? Please help me out, because I don't even know what I would have did. Like and follow for more.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
it's tough. And even the way the homes are constructed in America versus other countries, it's fascinating what the norms are.
No, that's 100% true. And even like what you said as far as building, because, homes in America, for the most part, they're built with wood.
Mm-hmm.
And
Pressed.
they're like, yo, you building multi-million-dollar homes with wood. You go to other countries, they building it with bricks.
Bricks, yes.
They building it with, it's so much better. So yes. But also this hits home for me because obviously everybody knows about my real estate struggles with building a home. And I think we might got to change the intro because I don't want to think, because a few people have asked me about that. Like, yo, this is my worst mistake of my life. You know what I mean? So context is important.
Yeah.
But I will say this. You got to double check
everything.
Contractors. You got to double check these contractors 100%. And you got to be hands on. Me, I go to my house every single day. And not to say that I'm a real estate expert, but I'm looking at everything. And these dudes will cut corners. Not to say that the people that I'm with, but I'm just saying just in general. And I hate the general a lot.
Yeah, but there is a broad understanding. If you don't have a good GC, they're going to get over on you. Even other great contractors will tell you to watch out for the other contractors.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's little stuff like making sure you got foam in your walls, making sure the wood on your floor is of thickness so you don't hear noise when you like little stuff like that. Like, you don't think about, right? And it's like, put the layer underneath the wood so you don't hear noise.
Your kids running around
exactly
upstairs. Yep.
Like little stuff like that. Like, make sure you use the right type of paint. Make sure the finishings are very, very, very important. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times people, just cut corners. You don't know what's being done. And by the time you realize that, damn, this actually was not done correctly, or it could have been done better, what are you going to do? Replace your whole wall?
Change order time. That's the other scam. To let you see the work being completed and it looks great, then you find out it's not up to par and they change order you to death. Now to get another 25 to 30% on the fixes that they were supposed to do right the first time. Gotta be careful. Every time I go on your stories, I'm like, plywood. I'm like, I know. You got to check. You got to check on your investments. People are going to find a way to get over on you, and it sucks. And that's why good GCs are worth their weight in gold. You have to make sure that you're working with somebody that knows what they're doing and that they're not going to get over on you.
And get a second pair of eyes. It never hurts. Like, if you have like an outside engineer or a consultant, you don't necessarily have to have a GC, because what you could also do is pick apart anybody's work. I learned that when I was a financial advisor. Mm-hmm. You could pick apart anybody's work. Like if somebody had a life insurance policy, I could find something wrong with it if I needed to.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like a form of like dirty macking as well, where that happens a lot in sales, where they be like, oh, I hate to be that guy, but man, you got like that's it. So you don't want to do that, because then you could just pick apart anything. But it does not hurt to have a second set of eyes come, like I say, maybe somebody that's outside of it, an engineer, just come, expect things, see, okay, this is of standard, this is of code. Okay, I would just recommend maybe ask about this. You don't want to be disrespectful to the person either if they have been garnered to be like. You don't just tell a general contractor like what to do. They are doing it for a living.
Yeah,
I think you extend some level of courtesy until they prove that the courtesy is not needed to be extended. But you just want to be on top of it. Like, it's never feel bad about. Don't feel like you being a burden or a nag, like you're nagging somebody.
Yeah.
It's your money.
It's your money, your capital. It's the place you're going to live in. For some, it's your biggest investment. You better check on that shit. You better check.
Yeah.
Is Gucci Mane career over after that song?
Yeah, it's over. It was over before that. But, I mean, I guess he could still tour legacy acts. But as far as new music, I don't think anybody's really checking for Gucci Mane's music. But yeah, it's over. It's over. But I will say this about the real estate thing, too, before we leave, is that like, if you are going to fire somebody, make a decision quick. Mm-hmm. Because the longer they take, the more fucked up work that they do, the harder it is to repair.
Yep.
So that's going to cost you more money as well. Like, at least for me, if there's any good thing about my situation is that the first guy I was with was a con artist. I fired him early. Where the only thing that he did was the foundation. Mm-hmm. He didn't even do that right. But at least he didn't get an opportunity.
Yeah, he didn't frame the house and
to fuck up.
Yeah.
The whole entire project. Because the more work that he would have done, the more fuck ups he would have caused.
Yeah.
So that would be my last advice on this. Don't wait. Don't think, okay, somebody did something that's suspicious, shaky, I'm going to give them more time. Or we're going to work it out. Or I already paid them, so I don't want to lose money. Cut your losses.
Fire on the first red flag, especially if you're putting that much money into it. First red flag, let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. Can we talk about MAGA turning on MAGA? You put this clip, Alex Jones.
MAGA on MAGA crime. MAGA on MAGA crime.
This is how you know it's a recession.
Ooh. Alex Jones.
If you think I've been coming after you, if you think that I'm trying to get clicks by attacking you so the Democrats that don't buy anything from me and don't like me want to put me in jail, if you think I've been on your ass, say one more thing. One more thing out of your mouth. And Laura Loomer, send him this, okay? One more thing. When I've gone through hell back in your ass because you were the lesser of two evils, then I'm going to show you how the cow ate the cabbage. Do one more thing. You should be kissing my ass. But instead, you shit all over me and rub it in. Okay. I'm a Christian, but I ain't Christ-like, okay? And I hate the Democrats. I hate the left. I hate the WF. I hate the globalists so much that I've sat here and put up with crap. You not defending me. You letting Todd Blanche kill the investigations, what the DOJ and CIA did to me and my family. And I just said, high road, don't really talk about it. I'll take it for the greater good. But there's only so far that I can take it. Go ahead. Say one more thing about me. Go ahead and attack me one more time. And you'll find out. Because I know where to hit you. Leave me alone. I don't want to be at your Mar-a-Lago, your tuxedos, bunch of parrots posing. I'm not looking for government contracts. I've never asked for anything. Ed Martin contacted me and said, incredible evidence of the government attacking you. They had all the proof. The DOJ funding the lawsuits, rigging it all. And he's a great guy. And then Todd Blanche kills it and then calls me a kook and says I don't deserve to have my rights defended. I'm in civil rights lawsuits. You know, that's fine. I didn't blame Trump. I just said, okay, I'll take it. But I will not take any more of your crap. I have taken your betrayals, your narcissism, the open kleptocratic insider trading that is just wholesale in your administration. I've mentioned it, but said, yeah, it's just par for the course now. But I'm not looking for a fight, but if you want one, you came to the right place. Does Alex Jones bluff? No, I don't. You think I'm intimidated by you, Trump, the president of the United States? Think I'm intimidated by your hit teams, all the rest of it? Whatever, man. You got God to deal with. I want to focus on the midterms, the Democrats. I want to promote what's good you're doing. And I want to be left alone. But if you let Laura Loomer and that Israeli operative sit there and chew on me like I'm some chew toy, I'm done.
Okay. So yeah, a clip from Alex Jones. And if you haven't been familiar, there's a rift within MAGA. And there's the American First movement where like Nick Fuentes, how do you say his name?
Fuentes. Yep.
Nick Fuentes.
Hall of Fame racist.
Candace Owens. Alex Jones.
Tucker Carlson. Yep. What was Ann Coulter? You got the racist all.
Margie Taylor Greene.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's a whole, all of them at one point in time was MAGA. It's a spinoff.
Mm-hmm.
So what they call in America First, I think that's what they call in their movement, America First.
Mm-hmm.
And they are anti-MAGA. They saying that Trump is a fraud. They are anti these wars that we're in. They're pushing a hard line. And Trump, I guess he had enough. So he went on Truth Social and just started blacking. He blacked on everybody. He blacked on Tucker Carlson, called him a loser, said that that's why he got fired from Fox. And he just went on his whole thing. And then he went on Alex Jones, and Alex Jones like, yo, be careful.
Called him Bankrupt Jones. But be careful, because Alex know some of them secrets. And my thing is, I kept saying, this war would not end well for us. It's not all about military might. A lot of it is about strategy, but it shows you how fragile the economy is if you're day one supporters. They are even saying allegedly, Charlie, before he passed, was making a turn. Mm-hmm. And these are the people who you can argue got him elected. Theo Vaughn has changed course. Rogan has changed course and now regretting supporting that movement because of how the leadership is going awry. So it's definitely a recession indicator when you have I've never remembered infighting like this amongst either Republican or Democrat that is this loud. But be mindful, things are not going well. For all of you kept saying, oh, Project 2025 wasn't real and everything's going to be fine. You guys don't know. You guys are leaning left and all that dumb shit. You're just flat out wrong. Now your base, your heroes are now telling you, man, get this motherfucker out of office. Told you. Listen the first time.
Yeah. So the question is, who will we see him? Like, because J.D. Vance is the continuation of MAGA. So there's a few options here. There's J.D. Vance just continues as MAGA and he becomes, the candidate for the Republican Party. And he's just the continuation of MAGA and they just have a split Republican Party.
Mm-hmm.
Or J.D. Vance turns and after, as we get closer to the election, he breaks away from Trump publicly, separates himself from Trump, goes anti-war, goes harder against Netanyahu, different things that they want. And now he's seen as like the anti. I don't know if that's going to work because Or there's a new political leader from the Republican Party that emerges that is more in line with the American First than the MAGA. Well, I don't know who that would be.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Tucker Carlson
running for president.
I wouldn't be surprised. They've asked him a few times, and he's turned it down and played coy. But a lot of this is timing. I don't think a person from his background, media-wise and family-wise, I'll leave it there, has a platform that big who has not thought about that office. And now you finally, this is the classic wrestling turn where now you get everyone to hate the main character, and now you get to come in as a preeminent choice. And if you are pushing hard against that agenda and you really want the country to win, I would be interested to see how him and Peter Thiel relationship develops, because Peter's the kingmaker. So he may not be president, but I can see him potentially moving in as VP and running as president to get up that Q score a little bit and then bring some sensibility back into the party. But I told you guys last year, even in my build, I'm going around Texas, I was starting to get a lot of questions about how the economy would do from some